Eminem versus Machine Gun Kelly. Who won the battle? Let's check it out.
Daddy, what are you doing? I think my dad's gone crazy.
Yeah, Haley, you right. Dad's always mad, cooped up in the studio, yelling at the mic.
It's not bad for him.
I thought MGK won this battle, by the way. Let me check these guys out.
Kelly, they'll be putting your name next to John, next to Benzino time, motherfucker, like the last motherfucker saying Haley in vain. What up, guys? Your boy Quake, and I am back with a brand new episode of Who Really Won. But before we get into that, be sure to follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at QuakeGW. A link is in the description below for both. For the first time ever, I'm going to cover a battle that happened fairly recently, exactly 1 year ago from this month of September. This battle was full-fledged going on, and it's a battle that I covered very extensively when it was going on. As you can tell by the video title, I'm going to be talking about Eminem versus Machine Gun Kelly, who really won. And what better time to talk about it than it being the 1 year anniversary of this battle. And the dialogue was quite interesting because this is the first time Eminem got involved in something where the public could actually critique it in real time via social media, because every other thing that Eminem got involved in previously was when the internet really wasn't popping like that. So it was interesting to see how Eminem would react in this type of situation and how the media would treat him, especially social media, with everyone's opinions when it comes to a battle that he's involved in. So let's dive into it with all the facts and all the information that we know. And if you're new to the series, this is how we break it down. We first talk about how this beef even started, then we talk about the major points in this beef, then we talk about who won the battle portion of the beef, which is the short-term portion of the beef, who won in the midst of it, and then we talk about who won the war portion. This is after everything has settled.
I don't like when they call, like people call hip-hop battles beefs. Beef is something totally different than a battle. Some of these be a lot of battles. They don't be beefs. Nobody's looking for each other and shit. It's just battles.
Who does the public think won in their career? Who's prevailing more? Who's doing more? And with that being said, grab a drink, grab some popcorn, sit back, relax, and let's get into it. First, let's talk about how this beef even started. The interesting thing about this beef is that Machine Gun Kelly is actually a huge fan of Eminem. When Machine Gun Kelly first made it into the music industry, in every single interview, he would say Eminem is a huge influence on him and that he copied his style in the early days and took a lot of what Eminem used to do.
You do respect Eminem? Is Eminem?
Hell yeah.
I want to get that clear before you get out of here. This Eminem channel.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't, you can tell me, but you do.
No, he's dude's a fucking legend. He's my idol.
So how does someone that's a big fan of yours end up having beef with you? Just like how social media went crazy when this battle was going on, social media is how this battle initially started. On May 7th, 2012, Machine Gun Kelly tweeted this. Okay, so I just saw a picture of Eminem's daughter, and I have to say, she is hot as fuck in the most respectful way possible, because M is king. When Machine Gun Kelly initially tweeted...
See, the thing is, he should have never said that. You know what I mean? You just keep that thought to yourself. I know what you was trying to do there. Just go ahead and keep that to yourself. If that's your idol and all like that, just keep that to yourself. Let's go.
Tweeted this, he was 22 years old and she was only 16 years old. However, Machine Gun Kelly says he did not know that when he sent that tweet out.
Again, and this is why you should have never even tweeted about that man's child, especially if that's your idol and all that. Nah.
And when the tweet was sent in 2012, no blogs covered it as disrespectful. They didn't even cover it at all. I remember running a hip-hop blog myself at that time, and when this happened, we didn't even cover it either because we just didn't care. It wasn't anything serious. Machine Gun Kelly, however, says that was not the case, that when he tweeted that, Eminem took it as disrespectful, and behind the scenes, they ended up getting on a conference call. Paul Rosenberg, who's Eminem's manager, ended up reaching out to Machine Gun Kelly, as well as Jimmy Iovine, who was the CEO of Interscope at that time, got on a conference call with Machine Gun Kelly, and they talked about him taking down the tweet, which he did, and publicly apologizing. He ended up taking down the tweet, but he did not want to publicly apologize. Machine Gun Kelly then says, after that conversation, he thought the issues he had with Eminem were completely done and that they moved on from the situation. But what Machine Gun Kelly says is that as time went on, he noticed little roadblocks in his career. So when Machine Gun Kelly noticed all these things is when he said he had an official problem with Eminem, and that's when the subliminal shots on various interviews and tracks started coming. But that's Machine Gun Kelly's side of the story. Now let's talk about Eminem's side of the story. Eminem denies what Machine Gun Kelly says. He says that he had no idea that Machine Gun Kelly had tweeted about his daughter Haley, and that he didn't notice that tweet till about a year and a half later, and that he never made a conference call to Interscope or to Diddy or anyone of that nature. He even says that Machine Gun Kelly is nowhere near his radar. He has no idea who he is as an artist, and that he never even cared about any of that.
Just for the record, the thing that was going on that he was saying about my daughter, I didn't even know about that until like literally like a year and a half later. Like I'm trying to hinder his career. So I don't give a fuck about your career. You think I actually fucking think about you? You know how many fucking rappers that are better than you? You're not even in the fucking conversation. I don't care if you fucking blow or if you don't blow. It doesn't matter to me.
Eminem says that when the problems started for him with Machine Gun Kelly is when Machine Gun Kelly was going on a promo run, which was when he released the second album in 2015, and in every interview he kept mentioning Eminem and his daughter and the tweet and about being banned on Shade 45. He also mentions the freestyle that Machine Gun Kelly spit at a radio station, subliminally going at Eminem.
So I see Machine Gun Kelly talks about Eminem's daughter, whatever, right? So what the fuck? Click on it. Like, yo, why is he? Then he starts doing a press run, basically, about Haley. I'm like, what the fuck? The reason that I dissed him is because he got on. First he said, first when he said, I'm the greatest rapper alive since my favorite rapper banned me from Shade 45 or whatever he said, right?
In 2015 is when we officially knew that Machine Gun Kelly had an issue with Eminem because he got banned from Shade 45 when he was doing that press run with interviews. Before that, we had no idea that Eminem had issues with Machine Gun Kelly, and so far in 2015, at that time, we only heard Machine Gun Kelly's side of the story. Fast forward to 2017, and this is the first time Machine Gun Kelly got on wax subliminally dissing Eminem, and it was very clear it was towards Eminem. While he was on a promo run for his third studio album, Bloom, he stopped by Power 106, not only to talk about his music, but decided to spit a freestyle, and this is the freestyle that Eminem states is what started everything on wax.
I'm my favorite rapper alive since my favorite rapper banned me from Shade 45. I wonder.
Then just a year later in 2018, on March 1st, Tech 9 released a new song. The song was called No Reason, and it featured Machine Gun Kelly. And on Machine Gun Kelly's verse, it's very clear he's sending shots at Eminem. And even on Twitter, a fan asks, on No Reason were you sending shots? He said, in my verse, absolutely. It's hip-hop, no one's safe from my pen till I get the fucking crown.
There's only one option. You gon' need a doctor. I ain't talking about the one from Compton. But mind y'all, you just rap, you not gone. And I don't care who got bars.
Throughout all of this, it's mainly been Machine Gun Kelly saying everything. Eminem hasn't said a single thing to Machine Gun Kelly yet until August of 2018. On August 31st, 2018, Eminem surprised the world with his 10th studio album called Kamikaze. And throughout this whole album, he's going back at people that were criticizing him throughout the years. And on track number 8, called Not Alike, featuring Royce the 5'9", he sends direct shots at Machine Gun Kelly, and this would be the first time that Eminem has responded to Machine Gun Kelly on wax. Machine Gun Kelly immediately responded after the track got released, and released a video of him popping champagne. And that was not the only response. Just a few days later, on September 3rd, 2018, Machine Gun Kelly released the first official diss track directly at Eminem called Rap Devil, which was a play on words for Eminem's Rap God. And in the caption, he said, "Fuck Rap God, I'm the Rap Devil. Good morning, Eminem." And in the following tweet, he said, "I'm standing up for not just myself, but my generation. I'm doing the same shit you did back in your day. Life is still real on my side, and I had to take time from the grind to defend myself from someone I called an idol. Love, Rap Devil." On that same day in the afternoon, he also dropped the visuals for Rap Devil. The social media response to this track was actually very positive. A lot of people really liked the track, really liked what Machine Gun Kelly was saying, and it was speaking a lot of facts and having people question Eminem's character. There was a rumor, though, when the track came out that Machine Gun Kelly had this track ready to go 6 months prior to it being released, because someone on SoundCloud ended up uploading a track that was uploaded 6 months ago and replaced it with Rap Devil. So it turned out to be false. It turns out when you have a SoundCloud premium account, you can actually take a track that you uploaded 6 months ago and change that track, and it still will say that it was uploaded 6 months ago. So this was proven false through that. The diss track actually ended up being Machine Gun Kelly's second best performing song on the Billboard Hot 100. It peaked at number 13, which is very good for a diss track, and actually was number 1 on iTunes for a couple of weeks. Now everyone was left wondering, will Eminem respond to Machine Gun Kelly's diss track? Well, just a couple of days later, on September 7th, 2018, Eminem randomly went on Instagram Live and was playing Pac-Man. Now, why was this a significant thing? At the time, most people didn't know, but every time Eminem went on Instagram Live, it would mean that he's revealing to do something in the future. So the internet predicted that this was going to be a response to Machine Gun Kelly, and how they linked these two together was that with Eminem playing Pac-Man, they looked at Machine Gun Kelly, and it turns out that Machine Gun Kelly actually has a tattoo of Pac-Man. Regardless, at this time, this was just speculation. No one knew officially what Eminem was going to do. A couple days later, on September 11th, 2018, Eminem officially starts to drop the Eminem Kamikaze interview with Sway. And on this interview, he talks about everything relating to the album, why he responded to people, why he dissed certain people, so on and so forth. He even mentioned Machine Gun Kelly. This was a
So he didn't go back to respond, you know, like an MC would, just go back in the booth. He went on the press one. But he was promoting the album anyway, so let's go.
4-part series that dropped from September 11th to September 14th. But on September 14th, something special happened. After the 4-part interview finalized, Eminem released his official response diss track to Machine Gun Kelly called Kill Shot. Of course, after it was released, it broke a record on YouTube, making it the biggest YouTube debut hip-hop video ever. It broke 38.1 million views within 24 hours, and it was the most viewed song for audio only on YouTube. And it ended up peaking at number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100, as well as being number 1 on iTunes for quite some time in the hip-hop rap charts and overall. Machine Gun Kelly, of course, immediately responded on Twitter after the track got released with a picture of people holding 3666 signs, voting it 6 out of 10.
Exactly.
He put in the caption, 2 weeks and 3 interviews.
2 weeks and 3 interviews later. Yeah, he had to do the press run. In my opinion, you had to do the press run to get people excited for your diss record. You didn't just come straight out. You needed that machine behind you. Not to say, well, yeah, because I'm agreeing with Machine Gun Kelly. It took you 2 weeks to respond in 3 interviews. You do these 3 interviews, you're teasing the diss record, so you got people waiting for this diss record. Hence, that's why it was so anticipated.
Later, leg shot, let's talk about it. Obviously, with the 666, he's referring to Rap Devil, and referring that it's a 6 out of 10 track, which isn't that good if you're going in terms of ratings. That same day that the track got released, later that night, Machine Gun Kelly was at an Atlanta restaurant, and an actor pulled up to him and recorded himself calling Machine Gun Kelly a pussy for going at Eminem's daughter Haley. They ended up getting in a fight. The guy ended up with a black eye and ended up pressing charges at Machine Gun Kelly. Then 2 days later, on September 16, 2018, Machine Gun Kelly decided to perform in Orlando, Florida. He took the stage wearing a shirt with the artwork of Eminem's Kill Shot track printed on the front. And then while he was performing, he said, "Fuck Marshall Mathers," and he said, "The real Slim Shady can't stand up," and then decided to perform Rap Devil. The footage of the performance ended up going online, and when it went online, there was a video footage of it stating that he got booed while performing. This was proven as false, and that the video footage was altered with fake boos in it. People that were at the concert said that there were no boos at all, and that people actually enjoyed the diss track and the performance. Machine Gun Kelly took to Instagram with photos of him in front of his audience with the Kill Shot t-shirt, flicking off Eminem, and in the caption he said he missed, with hashtag saying leg shot, hashtag Rap Devil still #1, hashtag let's talk about it. Following this, a few days later, on September 20th, 2018, Machine Gun Kelly finally did an interview talking about all the recent things that's been going on with him and Eminem. He, of course, stopped by the biggest show, The Breakfast Club, to break everything down. And in the interview, he said that he actually had a response diss track to Kill Shot, but felt that Eminem's Kill Shot track was very weak and ill-informed.
Did you respond to what?
His last.
Like on this
Kill Shot?
Yes.
I had a clip ready. I'll tell you that. I had a clip ready. I heard Kill Shot, and I put that shit back in the holster. I'm like, oh, word. All right. He called me a mumble rapper, dog. I'm like.
After this interview, it was clear that Machine Gun Kelly was kind of over the Eminem thing. And Eminem, of course, was over it a long time ago and didn't want to give Machine Gun Kelly any more shine. So nothing between the two was said anymore following 2018. However, on February 19th, 2019, Eminem decided to perform overseas. He was doing a couple shows in Brisbane. When he was getting ready to leave, the fans ended up chanting, "Kill Shot, Kill Shot, Kill Shot." Eminem then responded and took some more shots at Machine Gun Kelly.
But I can't give that cocksucker any more fucking love.
Machine Gun Kelly, of course, saw this and decided to tweet at Eminem saying, "Hey, Eminem, you made the right decision not dropping that weak-ass song in concert and putting everyone to sleep." Fast forward to August 2019, Machine Gun Kelly is on a promo run for his new album, Hotel Diablo. He ends up stopping by Complex's Everyday Struggle and touches on the battle with Eminem. And he says that the only way we can end this beef that we have is if we get on the same track and see who comes out harder lyrically. Following that, nothing has been said anymore between Machine Gun Kelly and Eminem. It seems that both of them have moved on from the situation. Eminem randomly on August 28th, 2019 tweeted, "People think they want this problem till they get it. We don't know who he's going after." In this tweet, if he's referring to Machine Gun Kelly after what he said, Lord Jamar, who knows? But that's the last thing Eminem has said in terms of the internet. That's it for the major points in this beef. Now, 1 year later, let's look at who won the battle portion of the beef, which is the short-term portion of the beef, and the midst of the beef, who won. And then let's talk about 1 year later, who won the war portion, who is prospering, who is still doing well after this battle. Now, when I talk about who won the battle portion, who won the war portion, this is strictly my opinion. I want to get this clear. This is only my opinion. This is not fact. This should not be taken as the holy Bible of what happened.
When people do that, they're setting you up to say, because everybody will pick Eminem, but he's doing all this to set you up to say that I picked Machine Gun Kelly. Let's see.
happened between Eminem and Machine Gun Kelly. This is just simply one man's opinion, his views on who won. So who won the battle portion? I'm going to give this slightly, and I mean ever so slightly, to Machine Gun Kelly, because the Rap Devil track to me overall is a better track than Kill Shot. Now, before you stands go crazy and attack me in the comments, please hear me out. This is just my opinion. This is why I believe Rap Devil is better. First,
because Eminem has some crazy fans and shit, like Beyonce fans and all that. So I knew he had to do it that way. You know what I mean? Slightly.
when the track came out, we got new information that we had no idea about. Whether it's true or false, we can't confirm 100%. But when Machine Gun Kelly in the second verse was talking about Jimmy Iovine being on a conference call with him, Paul Rosenberg being on a conference call saying that they want him to apologize about the comments that he made about Haley and that he was about to be shelved from Interscope. This is information that we had no idea about till the diss track came out. Now, a lot of people, when they focus on diss tracks, they focus on lyrics. It's not all about lyrics. It's about how you can expose your opponents and reveal things that make them look bad. And if this is true, this definitely makes Eminem look bad, because if Eminem can dish out all this hate throughout his career towards people, but then can't take it, it's definitely a bad look. I'm not
Yeah, because he's used to battling pop stars.
saying what Machine Gun Kelly said was true, but it had people talking and questioning Eminem himself. And that's one of the things you want to do in a diss track, is have people question your opponent's character. The second reason why I say Rap Devil was better than Kill Shot is simply because Rap Devil just sonically sounds way better. It has more replay value to it, and it fits today's time more. The flow, the production, everything overall sonically is just way, way better than Kill Shot. Machine Gun Kelly even used a little bit of auto-tune in the hook, but it was tastefully done. It wasn't in an annoying way or like a little pump way, something where it's just something that's annoying and not done right. He did it tastefully, so it sounded just way smoother throughout the whole track. That actually gave the track more of a wider spectrum, because on the hook, it was a little softer because of the auto-tune, and then in the verses, it was a lot more aggressive. On Eminem's Kill Shot, you get just straight aggression throughout the whole track, which is kind of annoying, and it's not sonically pleasing to listen to over and over again. And this is something that I haven't only said. A lot of people agree that Rap Devil has way more replay value than Kill Shot. The crazy thing to me is that I'm not even a fan of Machine Gun Kelly. I don't have any of his music on my phone at all. I have maybe one or two tracks, and that's it. So when I heard this, I actually liked it, which was a surprise to me. The third reason why I give Rap Devil the win in this is because Machine Gun Kelly actually shot visuals for his diss track, which made it more appealing to me. I like seeing visuals for diss tracks, and it's dope that he took out the time to do that. Eminem didn't. He just released his diss track, which is fine because we're not supposed to be focusing on that, but that's a little thing that made Rap Devil a little bit better. And the fourth thing that I'm looking at is lyrics, and this is one that I give to Eminem clearly, because if you break down the bars, there's a lot of dope lines in there that will go over people's head, like the Jadakiss line. I really enjoyed that line. It was very smart play on Jadakiss, the actual rapper, and then giving Haley Jade, which is his daughter, a kiss. And I like the chrome barrel to my bone marrow line. I really enjoyed that. There's a lot of lines just overall on this track that stand out better than Machine Gun Kelly's, and this was something that was expected. But in the lyrics as well, though, when it comes to...
And that's what it was for me. Like, for me, the shock value was with Machine Gun Kelly, because I didn't expect him. Like, he just did the Eminem thing. He did exactly what I expected him to do. Syllable, and, you know, that's an awfully hot coffee pot, that type of stuff. Yeah.
Fact checking, a lot of what Eminem said wasn't really accurate. Calling Machine Gun Kelly a mumble rapper is kind of ridiculous, and I don't even pay attention to Machine Gun Kelly like that, but I even know he's not a mumble rapper. A mumble rapper is someone who can't really spit bars, and anyone who is not biased when it comes to this battle can easily tell that Machine Gun Kelly can actually spit bars. I mean, all you have to do on YouTube is search Machine Gun Kelly freestyle, and you'll see him rapping his ass off. So when Eminem just throws things out there and calls him a mumble rapper, it kind of, in a way, insinuates that he's out of touch with the youth when it comes to hip-hop, and just refers to every artist that is new as a mumble rapper, which is just simply not the case. And Machine Gun Kelly was right in the Breakfast Club interview. He said,
Lil Wayne thought 21 Savage was a gang. These guys are out of tune, man.
The most shocking line wasn't even about him. It was about Diddy and putting the hit out on Pac. That line was the one that got the most attention. So when your most shocking line isn't even about the artist you're dissing, you have to question the diss track overall. And that's just my take on it. So that's why I give Rap Devil the win, and that's why I give Machine Gun Kelly the win in terms of battle. Eminem only wins the lyrical part, so that's 1 out of the 4 categories I mentioned. So now let's talk about the war portion. After the battle has settled down, who is still doing good in their career, who is still prevailing. And this one clearly goes to Eminem. After this battle, Eminem was still selling units out the ass when it comes to Kamikaze. Kamikaze was the only solo artist album to sell over 500,000 pure albums in 2018. Pure albums is actual physical copies. So when people are going to the store and willing to spend gas, spend time, buy a CD that's outdated, because CDs nowadays are outdated, and actually buy your album, that says a lot about Eminem and his fan base. Plus, Killshot broke records, like I mentioned earlier. So Eminem is forever going to be Eminem. No matter what artist steps to him, his career is not going to get demolished and destroyed. But, here's the big but, Machine Gun Kelly's career did not get destroyed either, like a lot of people were thinking. Machine Gun Kelly dropped his 4th album, Hotel Diablo, on July 2019, and did the normal sales that he normally does. He sold 40,000 copies within the first week. Normally, Machine Gun Kelly sells around 55 to 50,000 copies within the first week on his projects. But on this album, he didn't have a hit single because I'm sure he was focusing on movies, considering he has 4 movies that he's in coming out this year. 4. That's insane. That's a lot of projects to be involved in. So he's not solely focused on the music. Musically, though, of course, like I said earlier, this is why I give it to Eminem. Musically, Eminem is just destroying him when it comes to sales, and will continue to destroy him when it comes to sales.
Eminem's
will continue to have more hits than Eminem is obviously the bigger artist here. And if you compare Machine Gun Kelly to all the other artists that Eminem went up against, you'll see that Machine Gun Kelly's the only one that survived going up against Eminem. Everyone else career just like depleted and they disappeared. Ja Rule, of course, 50 Cent helped with that. 50 and Eminem destroyed him. Then Cannabis. Cannabis was on the downslope, but he still managed to whoop Cannabis's ass, and Cannabis can rap his ass off. That's the best lyrical person he's gone up against, but he still stood his ground. Then you got Benzino, so on and so forth. All these people I mentioned, they're not even relevant in today's time. But it's only been a year, so in due time, I guess we'll see if there's been a huge impact in Machine Gun Kelly's career. But based off this year, he's still doing perfectly fine. When he goes out, people aren't hating on him and saying that, you're the artist that got walked.
I say like this, man. This is well done video. But at this point, it's all opinionated. I feel as though that as far as both of their careers are what they are at this point, neither one of them really hurt either one of them, to tell you the truth. But as far as the song, like he said, I slightly liked the Machine Gun Kelly song better, but Eminem had his lines in there, you know what I'm saying, to make it go right. I'll put the link in the description box of this video, man. Thanks for checking me out, man.